Hi, it's October, and we're going to pull some tarot cards. I'm pulling from Brian Eno and Peter Schmidt's Oblique Strategies deck today. Oblique Strategies. I really like this deck. It's words. It's word prompts, and it can be a little confusing for people at times. It can be hard to interpret. So I'll give you a nudge, but I like the idea of sitting with these cards kind of like a koan. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't have to. Just let it unfold and see what it inspires for you. So, ones. We'll start with ones. Ones. Listen to the quiet voice. Ones, this is an invitation to tap into your intuition. We can all let the intellectual mind, the analytical mind take over, and ones, you can be especially prone to this with your focus on what the right thing is, morality, righteousness, justice. That can be fine. That can be a tool for you. And also, you have this powerful intuition, and that voice is more wise and kind and true than anything your intellectual mind will ever tell you. So listen to it. Twos. Faced with a choice, do both. Faced with a choice, do both. I have a lot of twos in my practice who get really stuck in relationships in particular. What do I do with this relationship? What's the best way to move forward? How do I express my needs and also meet their needs? I'm really called to direct you towards your relationships for this card too. And think about where you feel pulled in different directions. See if that's really true. Is it true that you have to make a choice, one or the other? Is it true that these things are at odds and you can't have both? Faced with a choice, try to do both. Threes. Don't be frightened of cliches. I like this for you, threes, and I'm not sure why it's really hitting me. Don't be frightened of cliches. Threes, I think you sometimes get criticized for being so mutable, and the chameleons of the Enneagram, you can be anything to anyone depending on what you're trying to accomplish. To me, this says sometimes there's a time to lean into that. Find those cliches and let them almost like create the structure or set the stage for what it is you're trying to do in the world. Don't reinvent the wheel. That's what this says to me. In your very ambitious existence, don't reinvent the wheel and don't be afraid of whatever cliches lead you further along the path that you want to proceed on. Fours. Fours. Repetition is a form of change. I couldn't write a more perfect card for the fours out there. Fours, lean into structure. I think I said this to you last month too. Repetition is a form of change. Create habits, create practices, and create them from your wise place of how to cultivate the best version of yourself, and then stick to them, even when you don't feel like it, even when your emotions want to do something different, even when you come up with a new idea of who you want to be today instead of who you wanted to be yesterday. Stick to the repetition and let those practices and habits form you into a more grounded and let it help you apply your creativity to the world. Yeah, let that repetition help you apply your creativity to the world. Fives. What mistakes did you make last time, fives? Fives, I know you can get really stuck in your head, and in some ways this card traps you there. But to me, this is about when you get stuck in your head and you're spinning on the same topic, you're like chewing on it, can you be a little more directed with the way you're reviewing that information? What didn't work? And let that fabulous mind you have help you identify patterns or strategies or just even like phrases that you use that weren't effective. And then once you see that didn't work, start to lean into whatever creative side you identify with to create something different, a different approach. What mistakes did you make last time? Don't make them again. There's also something in there fives about breaking habits. And we were just talking before about how important a habit is. But for you fives, you can, I think, get in this rut of doing the same thing over and over because it's comfortable. It's where you feel safe. Where does that safety or that comfort create these mistakes? Looking backwards. And if you did something different, what kind of different result would you want to see? Sixes, what to maintain? What to maintain? Gosh, I like this so much for you sixes, and I'm really not sure why. What to maintain? I feel into the energy of a six, and it can be really volatile. All the anxiety, all the spinning about possibilities. What could go wrong? What are the options? Can I explore all the options? It just feels really unstable as I'm feeling into that. The what to maintain, to me, it's a prompt about what is the foundation? What is the thing that sustains you through all that volatility, all that possibility, all that anxiety? And how can you lean into that foundation more, maintain that foundation more, whether it's community, practices, self-care, a TV show you like to watch every night that brings you a sense of routine and regularity. What do you want to maintain? And how can that be a foundation for you that you can really lean on and remember when you're kind of lost in that volatility? Sevens. Sevens, go outside and shut the door. I don't think this will be received poorly by the sevens who really want to go experience life, but from what I know about sevens, you can get stuck sometimes. Oh yeah, when I think of some sevens I know, you do get stuck inside. You get stuck inside, and maybe part of it is all the possibilities of the FOMO are overwhelming, or maybe you just find some real comfort in like an online life. I think that's what's really lighting up here. Like, where are you letting the internet world be a stand-in for the real world? And you sevens will have more fun in the real world. I promise you. I promise you. Turn off the computer, get off the video game, whatever the home fun that you've created for yourself. Let it go for at least a couple hours, maybe a day. Give yourself a Saturday where you lock yourself out of the house and see what adventures are waiting for you. Go outside and shut the door. Eights, state the problem in words as clearly as possible. Man, I love this. I've been thinking about problems lately and how I think our minds create a lot of problems or interpret a lot of living as a problem when it's not necessarily a problem that needs to be solved. And for you eights, you can be so focused on fixing things, getting things done the right way. So the challenge for you with this card eights is state those problems in words and see what kind of team you can form around that problem. See if it really is a problem. Is it something that can be reframed in your mind? Is it something that that's more about attitude than about action? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't want to jump ahead too far, but I do want to get you to articulate what you perceive as the problems that need to be solved in a way that helps you connect with yourself and others, but what to do with the problem that you are perceiving. And nines, slow preparation, fast execution. Slow preparation, fast execution. The execution is, maybe obviously the thing that's really calling to me here. Set the stage. The vice or the passion of the nine is sloth, and they get sort of lost in that sloth, which is not exactly laziness. It's almost like an inertia preventing you from actually getting things done. And so here, nines, the preparation, it's okay to stretch out the preparation and let yourself give attention to details. And then when the time comes, pull the trigger. I think this card is asking you to fight that sloth. Read up about it a little bit. Sloth and Enneagram 9s. Fast execution. When the time comes, do the thing you need to do. Do the thing you said you were going to do. Do the thing that needs to be done. Execute quickly. And it's okay, again, to prepare yourself with resources. You can read about things. Again, I'm getting a lot about details. Like, make sure you've crossed your T's and dotted your I's. And then, again, act on that. Okay, I hope that's helpful, guys. Have a great month.